Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kath and I created the Cheapskates Club a little over 24 years ago to share how my family lives the Cheapskates way, and that is debt-free, cashed up and laughing, the name of our channel. If this is your first time visiting our channel, I'm so happy to see you here, and of course if it's not, welcome back. Now let me say thank you to everyone for the lovely comments after last week's show. You just made my head swell. Absolutely, mate. Does it look bigger? It feels bigger. You made my head swell. It was so nice of you to to say something. It was a lovely thing to do. So before we get started though, Beverly was very early at 6:11 p.m., 7:11 p.m. our time. I'm taking it. Mary's 7:01. You two early birds. Greg Evans, Tabitha. I don't mind doing them. I actually quite like doing them, but they do take a lot of time. They do take a lot of time, and I get really stressed, really stressed, hoping that everything's right for everybody. So thank you for saying that, Greg. That is just lovely. Daniel Berrigan's Sport. There we go. I should know that by now, shouldn't I? Sorry. And Sylvia. Hello, Robin. Hi, Delaney. How is everyone? Yeah, it is a sad week. I've been holding my tongue. I've been holding my tongue because people are very emotional at the moment. I know that we all were on Sunday night. So, but is it the cold, hard part of me that takes a step back and says, hang on a minute, take a deep breath? It was two men with hatred in their hearts that did this. And I know that I have no problem with tightening up our gun laws. No problem at all tightening up our gun laws. I have no problem at all with tightening up our immigration requirements, whether they come as permanent residents, whether they come on temporary visas, whatever. I have no problem with tightening those up. What I do think is we need to step back and go, yeah, we can put all those laws, we can turn all of that into law. But just remember, if that's what happens, it's not just the non-Australians that are affected, it is us too. There was someone commented on Sunday night in the heat of the moment that they should have been under more surveillance and it should have been constant. But to put that into law so that can happen, that means that you would be under surveillance and I would be under surveillance, our children, our grandchildren, our neighbours, our co-workers. It covers everybody. It covers everybody. So while I have nothing to hide and you've got nothing to hide, and that's fine, every time a law is made, we lose a little bit of our freedom. And I am not a fan of our Prime Minister. I don't think I've hidden that very well. I'm not a fan of our Prime Minister. But when he said on Monday morning, Australia is a free country, he was right. And that is a privilege that we need to cherish. So we need to remember that two people did this. Two people. Two evil people with hatred in their hearts. And people to say it's been a long time coming and they were warned. Well, what are they going to do? What can they do? Lock everyone away in little enclaves and have them all on their own? Can't do that. That's not a free country. So while I'm really upset and I'm angry, I'm really angry. I'm really, really angry. I worry that two people have been able to cause such division within our country. Australians aren't fighters. We're not. We're easygoing. And, you know, what are we? Make love, not war. That's Australia. We want to live and let live. So when two people out of 27 million do something that causes so much drama and trauma and it just snowballs, we need to stop and take a breath. We need to say a prayer and ask for calm. And let the authorities do what they do. And all we can do is offer our condolences, our heartfelt sympathy to everybody that's suffered through this. And that's you and me too, because it has traumatized everyone. Not just the immediate people in the immediate area, not just the hospital staff or the AMBOs or the police or the journalists that had to cover it. It has affected everyone. And we all need to take a step back, take a breath, and ask for peace and calm. And then we need to ask for forgiveness, because otherwise we are going to end up as being as hate-filled as those two men. And I won't say anything else about it, because that's not what we're going to be about tonight. Okay. Hi, Eve. Hi, Barb. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Utah. There we go. All right. Now, guys, look at that. It's almost Christmas time. Well, it is Christmas time. We're getting ready to celebrate. I start my holiday on Friday. Hannah finishes on Friday. Wayne finishes on Wednesday. The boys finish on Tuesday. It's all a bit ragtag, but that doesn't matter. We've got things to do, plenty to do at this time of year. And one of them, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, not. Hay fever has been terrible. I've got no makeup on because my hay fever makes my eyes just itch and run. Lost my train of thought. Plenty to do. Plenty to do. Plenty of cleaning to do and plenty of gardening to do. We're going to need to water. It's going to be really hot here the next couple of days. And we are desperate for rain. Lots of finishing off the cooking and the baking. There's really not much shopping to do. We've got shopping to do that I think Hannah has decided we'll go out very early on Tuesday morning and finish off the rest of the fresh groceries and that. And that should see us till after New Year's, which would be really nice if I never have to go near the supermarket again. That would be brilliant. So I wanted to talk about Boxing Day because it is a tradition for us. When my mother was alive, she would come with us for the Boxing Day sales. And honestly, Boxing Day can be the best money-saving day of the year. And I will go so far as to say it can be better than Black Friday, depending on what you want and what you need. It can be the best money-saving day of the year, or it can absolutely blow your budget if you are not careful. So I thought I'd run through what we do for Boxing Day and how we cover it. I don't know what the weather's going to be, but usually it's warm. I have a sort of a checklist that we run through, and I'll tell you step by step what we do, how we shop smart, and we usually save big. We can save at minimum 50%. If it's not 50% off, we usually walk away, and we come home really excited because we've got bags and bags and bags of things that we want, that we need, that we're going to use, instead of, junk that we saw that was like really cheap. Because wrapping paper for 10 cents a roll is fine if you're going to use it, and you can buy 25 rolls. But if you don't wrap parcels, or you only wrap 1 or 2 a year, it's a bit of a waste. It's taking up valuable real estate in your cupboard, and you could have used that, $2.30 or $2.50 or whatever for something that you really wanted. And I know $2.50 doesn't sound like much, but when you don't have it, it's a lot. The sales are really exciting, and I really look forward to going. For quite a few years, it was a bit of a reunion for us. We would go and start at a particular shopping centre, and we'd get there early, and you'd line up, and we'd be lined up outside the store. And of course, you talk to the people around you. Well, I do talk to the people around me, and we chat, and then we go into the store, and you'd meet up and say, what have you got? Well, the next year we did that, and it was the same people. And that went on for about 7 or 8 years. We just kept meeting the same people over and over and over again, only once a year at the Boxing Day sale. But it was just lovely. Have a little catch up. Grandchildren are growing up. Oh, yeah, we're retired, or we're moving off the farm. It was just lovely to do that. So because we had a plan, we were able to do that. I've lost my thing. I am going to try. Let me see if this helps you. Someone said last week it did. There we go. Joy's been listening but forgot to sign on. Okay. All right, who else is here? Jane. Hi, Jane. Double knee replacement. You are very brave, Jane. That is a really good thing to get done, though. You won't know yourself. Hello, Fiona. Not many shops open on Boxing Day. I was quite disappointed. One year we were in New South Wales, and they actually don't open on Boxing Day. It's the day after Boxing Day. I was very disappointed because that threw my whole Christmas traditions out the window. Grocery shops, cheap shops, and even Kmart don't really reduce things much until the following day due to a lack of non-casual staff. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so usually, like I said, the discounts are really big. We if it's not 50, at least 50% off, we just don't pick it up. But it can be really stressful. It can be really, really stressful. The pressure to buy is absolutely real. Retailers are really good at making you feel like you need that really ugly Santa Claus biscuit jar for $5 because it's marked down from 30. You've just got to have it. When normally you've walked past it for 3 months and gone, that's a really ugly Santa Claus biscuit jar. So we have to be aware of that. And if you sort of shop with a plan, it helps to keep you calm. It keeps you focused. You're in control. And we all know that's how cheapskaters win. That's how we win. So I would say before you shop, before you leave the house, before you open your laptop or your notebook, I use a little notebook, do one thing first. Let's check what you already have. Look in your cupboards, look at your gift stash, check the decorations, look at the household items that you might want, the crockery or the glassware or the linen or whatever. Because there's no point in buying more if you already have enough to last you a few years, unless it's something that you know you will need and use for the rest of your life. But trends change, and tastes change, needs change. So, buying up things like toys, for instance, you might get them really cheap. But kids change really quickly, and what they want today, they won't want tomorrow. And if they're little, by the time they grow into them, those toys can be well and truly old hat and not desirable at all. So we need to think. You go over your gift list. See what worked this year, what worked last year, what will work next year, and think ahead. So there's birthdays, there's Mother's Day, there's Father's Day, you've got weddings, engagements, next Christmas. We all know the wrapping paper, the bonbons, the tablecloths, the serviettes, the paper plates, the paper cups, all that sort of thing, the disposable servingware, if that's what you use, is all heavily reduced. And it doesn't go off. So buy enough for next year if that's what you use. That makes sense. But, having enough for 5, 10, 15 years doesn't make sense, because you've got to store it somewhere and it's just going to get old. It's just going to get old, and that's wasting your money. Even if it was cheap, you've used money for it. So, see, oops, hit the wrong button. That'd be me hitting the wrong button. So, Beverly's in recovery mode and sits and watches the start of the Hobart Yacht Race. Yep. And here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, just keeping up, catching up, because I'm a bit slow. Now I'll go back to my, I've done it again. Hit the wrong thing. I've got my notes up there. I've got my notes here. I have to tell you, best Father's Day present I've ever had, bit of a family joke, was Wayne put a TV up for me above my work desk so that when I'm crafting, I can watch on the TV and craft underneath. But it comes in very handy for double checking things like this too. So as you're making your list, put down what you actually need, not what's cheap. It's not cheap. If you don't need it, you don't like it, you're never going to use it. It's not cheap. So decide what you actually need. Put down what you need, not what looks tempting. It might look pretty, but again, if you're never going to use it, what's the point? You don't have someone to give it to, what's the point? Shop for what you genuinely need. Now, only you know that. I'm usually shopping for things like bonbons, serviettes, if there's really nice wrapping paper and it's really not, under $1 a roll, I might think about it. Sometimes I might look for decorations to replace any that are looking old on our trees, and that helps because we have a tree that is red, green and gold. Red, green and gold, that's it. And that's our big tree in the lounge room, and then the little tree out here alternates with whatever colours we put on it, and that used to be the kids' tree, and I just let them go to town and they decorate it however they liked. So these days we have blue and silver, and we've got pink and green and purple and all sorts of colours. It just goes on. But if any of the decorations are looking old or they've got broken or something, I might look to replace them. But they'd have to be really nice, and they have to be a really good price, because we're on a budget. I shop with a budget. I don't take a lot of money with me, and I try to take cash. Don't take a lot of money with me, and once it's gone, it's gone. We do our research. We check catalogues. We look online. We've even wandered around the stores already and picked out things that we might like and sort of made a note of them and where they are, so that we sort of know roughly how much we will need to take with us. It works, because then we can set our budget and know that if we get everything on the list, it's within our budget, that's fine, because you don't overspend if you don't have the money. And that's where cash really helps. You can't overspend money you don't have. Did you all see the news this week? If your transaction is under $500 and you only have cash, the retailer is obligated by law to take that cash payment. I thought that was interesting. That's all come about recently with all the hassles of people saying no, card only, yada, yada, yada. So now if your transaction is under $500 and you only have cash, they're obligated by law to take that cash. I thought that was really good, because you can't overspend money you don't have. So take your cash. Doing your prep, doing your research, making your lists can save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It really can. Like I said, Hannah and I have been researching and checking prices and making our shopping list for weeks. We do it every year. And I'm pretty sure that's why our Boxing Day sale shopping trips, Boxing Day shopping trips, are successful, because we shop with a plan. It's just like doing the grocery shopping. You've got your list, you've got your money, you know where you've got to go, you've got your plan. You come home, you've successfully done your grocery shopping. Same with the Boxing Day sales. The other thing I would suggest you do is check opening hours for your various stores that you want to go to. If they're in a big centre, they usually all open roughly the same time. If they're spread out in different individual stores, you might want to check the opening hours and plan your trip according to the opening hours. We generally do that. Hit there. Nope, hit the wrong one again. Oh my goodness. So, what's the comments? Okay, everyone's saying hello. Everyone's in recovery mode. Okay. Went to purchase a gift, then realised the person I was giving it to would only purchase it himself. Yeah, that happens. As far as I know, Fiona, well, I understood it was to be all retailers, but I will check it and see, because I understood it was to be all retailers, whether it was your pharmacy or your bakery or whatever. I will check it and see. Alrighty, doesn't matter. They should still take cash. And that's really going to, if it's just supermarkets, grocery retailers, it's really going to mess with them, isn't it? Because they're linking self-serve checkouts. I know our Coles only has one that takes cash. It's really annoying. All right, back to Boxing Day, because I don't want to keep you forever, and we're running out of time. Think about what it's worth buying, because Boxing Day is great for buying ahead, like we said. So things like your Christmas decorations and lights, wrapping paper, ribbons, cards, especially if you can get the plain designs and the neutral colours that can be used for any occasion. Craft supplies and fabrics, because they're always on my list. Gift packs and hampers that you can split up later. I tend to not buy hampers, especially hampers of food. They're overpriced, and often they're things that we wouldn't eat anyway, and if we won't eat them, I'm not going to give them to someone else to eat. Toys, books and games for upcoming birthdays where you could be confident with what you're buying. Basic clothes for next year. Household items, like I said. And then we can hit the supermarket, the grocery bargains. You look for the markdown hams, the turkeys, the chickens, the puddings, the cakes, chocolates. They usually take a couple of days too after New Year's, but those sorts of things, the custard, anything that's seasonal, check. Check to see if it's marked down. Some of the fancier cheeses or the cheese boxes. Check your best before dates. Know how you're going to either use it or store it or preserve it before you buy it. And if it's something that you will use, that you love, that you eat, and it is a genuine bargain, it is genuinely cheaper, you've got the cash for it, go right ahead and buy it. It's a win for you. It gives you more money in your grocery budget. Now, there are some things you need to skip. Doesn't matter what the deal could look sensational, but you need to skip them, because this is the thing that sort of unravels the savings for most people and throws them over the edge of, breaking their budget. First up, anything that's not on your list. Same as when we go grocery shopping. If it's not on the list, you don't buy it. Bargains that you wouldn't buy at full price. Just because they're cheaper, you wouldn't buy it at full price. It's not a bargain, is it? Items, the more expensive items with no returns or refunds. Check that. Always check that. Now, honestly, lots of seasonal stuff doesn't have a return. And your refunds will only be the statutory ones that by law. So check if inspect everything before you leave the store, before you pay for it. Make sure it's working. Make sure all the bits are there. Make sure there's no chips in the ugly Santa cookie jar. Whatever. Follow up with that and be careful about what you're buying. The other thing is the on-trend things that you don't really love, like the black upside-down Christmas tree, or it might only be $2, but it's black and it's upside down and it's ugly. And what are you going to use it for? No. If you don't love it, don't buy it. Duplicates of things that you already own, doubling up, unless it's going to be a backup as a spare, don't buy it. Buying things just because they're cheap isn't saving you money. Cheap doesn't always equal value, and it doesn't always fill a need. So there are things to think about before you even leave home. The other thing is to have a plan of attack for how you're going to tackle your shopping. Shops can get crazy on Boxing Day. Now, we leave home at 7 a.m. on the dot. Have done for years. We head off to the first major shopping centre on our list, and we get a parking spot, and then we head off, and there's a little cafe, usually a little cafe open, where we go for breakfast, and that's our once a year. Boxing Day sale breakfast treat. We have eggs Benny and a coffee, and that's our Boxing Day. That's just what we do. We enjoy it while we wait for the shops to open, and we watch people come in and go by. It's just something we do. We leave so early because it means we get a good parking spot, or we get a parking spot, because usually within about half an hour of the shops opening on Boxing Day, car parking is crazy. I do not have the patience. I do not have the patience to put up with random people wandering up and down aisles, and no, I just can't. So we go early and we get a parking spot. The other thing we do is stay focused. We start with our most important items first. We do try to compare prices even in store. Make sure things are genuinely marked down. Don't assume because it's Boxing Day that they are. They may not be. The other thing I will say though is, if there's something that you want and it's essential, it's important to you to get it on Boxing Day, and there's a limit on it, or there's only a few available or whatever, and you have the cash to buy it when you see it. Don't wander around and hope to come back and pick it up, because it could be gone. Stick to your list and your budget. If it's not on the list, we don't buy it. And try and skip the window shopping, the browsing. That's really dangerous because it creates a want. So, it's really hard to deal with that. The other thing is, take reasonable breaks. Take water bottles with you. We have a snack each in our bags and a water bottle, comfy shoes, comfy clothes, plenty of shopping bags. It just makes the whole shopping trip go more smoothly. And the other thing, always get a receipt. Always get a receipt. Sometimes, if you're running through the self-serve checkout in Kmart or Target or whatever, you'll get a receipt. Sometimes the stores won't. They'll ask you if you want one. Say yes, you want your receipt. Even if it's just so that when you get home, you can check off and make sure you paid the right prices. And get in and get out. Get in and get out. Take your list, have your plan of attack, have your breakfast, hit the first store, hit the second store, hit the third store. If you've got to move to another shopping centre, move to the other shopping centre. Get in and get out. We divide and conquer as we travel, we do it together. So I have my list, Hannah has her list, we share them, we divide and conquer. We will be on the phone. Can't believe I'm saying this. We'll be on the phone to each other saying, I've got this, have you got that? So we want to get in and get out, because it gets crowded. It gets really crowded. Get in and get out, get home. We can usually be home within 3.5 hours. Rarely. In fact, I don't think we've ever been longer than 3.5 hours. And I will tell you, we will do Kmart, Big W, Target, TK Maxx, Woolworths, Coles, Spotlight, Lincraft. There you go. We have our plan of attack and we do it. We've got our list. That's what we do. I think everyone should do that. Have your list, because we want to get in, get home. We want to put our feet up too and watch the start of the Sydney Hobart, and then go to sleep while Wayne watches the cricket, or gorge on leftovers from Christmas Day, play with our Christmas presents or whatever. The other thing is, if we've bought food, we want to get it home quickly. We don't want to, especially this time of year, it's hot. Even if it's not blazing, in the 40s, it's hot. So we want to get it home. So when we do that, we get it home, we freeze it, we store it properly, That's it. We go through and sort out what the fabric is for. If we've bought fabric, if we've bought gifts, we sort of put a tag on them so we know who they're for, and into the present box they go. We add those items to the list in my book, and then we can sit back and relax. But it doesn't take long. It's fun. And I'm not a shopper, as you know. I don't like shopping, but I love Boxing Day sales. And even if I don't buy much, I might only buy 2 pieces of material and, I don't know, some serviettes or something, pretty serviettes for wrapping candles or whatever. It's still fun. I get some quality time with my daughter. We sit and we have brekkie. We wander around and laugh at each other. It's fun. It's a real tradition for us. Okay. Once we've done all that, we just take a little moment. We celebrate. We celebrate getting what we wanted. We celebrate staying on budget. It's a really nice feeling. It's a Cheapskates win because, you know, we've stuck to our rule. If it's not in the list, not in the budget, not needed, we walk away. So remember, the goal isn't to buy the most or to spend the most money to save the most money. It's to buy smart. Simple. That's how we do Boxing Day. It's about 3 hours all up. We plan. It's a tradition. We enjoy it. We look forward to it. And every year we go, do you think we'll do it? We won't do it this year. Yeah, we do. We do. It's just a nice thing to do for us. Okay, now, I've done it again. Sorry, guys. Keep hitting the wrong button. All righty. Oh, Yvonne, that's lovely to get put to the front of the line for paying cash. That's very nice. Cards, ribbons, wrapping paper, prefer to use that first. Yeah, there is absolutely no point. If you have a lot of stuff already, there is absolutely no point in buying more. It just takes up space in your cupboards and collects dust, and it does deteriorate. It does deteriorate, and you've used money that you could use for something else. Hi, Selena. How are you? Okay. So many shops, Fiona. Well, most of them are in one shopping centre, and then we can just zip to the next couple that are close by. That's how we do it. I'm not I could not stand to be one of those people who spends the whole day wandering from shop to shop to shop, picking up and putting down and looking. That would drive me nuts, which is why we have our list. We know what we want. We've got our plan of attack. We go for it. And we come home, and we always come home absolutely ecstatic but exhausted. And it doesn't really matter because there's nothing else to do for the rest of the Boxing Day. Boxing Day. Selena, I'm just about to finish up. I think. Let me check my notes. All right. So yeah, that's how I deal with Boxing Day. It works. It sounds complicated. It's not really. I've stretched it out for 40 minutes, but really, make a list, get your cash, have your plan of attack, take your water bottle and your snack, make sure you've got shopping bags, leave early. I don't mind getting up early. I'd rather get up early than go later, because I'd be in jail for running someone over with a trolley or something. I think I have no tolerance for crowds and things these days. And that's what we do. We look at things like, I might buy a fruit cake. I make fruit cakes, and my fruit cake's really nice. I might buy it if it was really, really cheap to put in the freezer as a backup for lunches later in the year. Yeah. But not normally. Sometimes, depending on the pudding, I will buy a pudding for winter. I'll bring it home, slice it up, vac seal it, whop it in the freezer, and then it's something, a special treat in winter for us. Otherwise, there's not really a lot that we buy. Chocolates and things, we tend to not, they're not high on our list of priorities. The lollies and the sweeties and the chips and all that sort of stuff. So I might get a few packets of something for New Year's. We've got New Year's, then we've got a couple of birthdays and our anniversary and Australia Day all in January. So I might get those if they were cheap enough. But they're not a high priority for us. I do look for the markdown meat. That is a priority. That is a priority for us. And the cheeses, because we like good cheese. So, but those are the things that, as far as food goes, are on my list. Otherwise, it's usually just mostly fabric these days. Fabric, thread, that's about it. Fabric and thread, yarn. Sometimes if I can find nice cotton yarns for a reasonable price, they will go on the list too. All right, now that's our Boxing Day. If you live rural, your Boxing Day will, like Fiona does, it will be slightly different. I don't live rural. I live in the city. For the time being, we live in the city. So we do it our way. You do it your way. Take what works for you and use it. As with all things cheapskates, make it to suit you. Alrighty, now next week no live show. The week after, no live show. Having a couple of weeks off. We have some things to do, places to go, people to see, relaxation to enjoy. So that's what I will be doing. But there will be premieres, so there will be something. And of course, it's just before Christmas and just before New Year's, so we'll do that. I would like to, though, say Merry Christmas to all of you. And I hope you have a lovely day, however you celebrate, wherever you celebrate, whoever you celebrate with. I hope it's special for you. And I hope that 2026 is going to be everything that you could wish for. Alrighty. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate you subscribing, simply because it means you are notified when we go live. You don't miss anything. You're amongst the first in the whole world to see a live show or a video when it's uploaded. There you go. That's something to strive for. If you like tonight's topic, thumbs up will be greatly appreciated. YouTube likes to see the interaction. So if you've got a question or you've got an idea for Boxing Day, leave it in the comments. If you've got a question, I do my best to answer your questions. Put it in capitals so it stands out for me. And I will do my best to get to it and answer it for you as quickly as possible. And if you know someone who might like to know about Cheapskates Club, or how I deal with Boxing Day, or what we do for Handmade Christmas, or anything else that we've covered in this channel over the years, use the share button to send them the link. It just sends them a link. That's all it does. Right, so lastly, if you would like more real life money saving strategies like this one, come join us at the Cheapskates Club, because living life debt free, cashed up and laughing starts with little small smart choices, and it is absolutely possible even in 2025, and it will absolutely be possible in 2026 when I see you again. Okay, thank you everyone for joining me tonight, and I will see you in the new year.